welcome to the patch notes overview for OB0.28 Ancient Construct. Now, in this patch, we're gonna have some new cards. We're gonna have a rework of Osiris, and all the new cards are gonna be structure added to Pantheons, just like the Infernal Cannon of Bellona. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So, Blade Forge, a Chinese card, an epic 3 mana unit structure, and it deploys a Blade Forge. So, whenever you play a unit, you add a Crescent Blade to your end, and this is probably, if the structures is on play when you play a unit, it will give you a Crescent Blade, so you want to put your Blade Forge in the back of your Summoning Stone, because you want to keep it alive as much as possible. It's going to be the same thing for the two new cards, the Canopy Jar, which is Egyptian. It's a common 3 mana unit, also a structure, and you deploy Canopy Jar, and whenever a friendly is healed, you deal that amount of healed as damage to the enemy Summoning Stone. And honestly, that doesn't really seem that good. I mean, Egyptians are not the one who are going to go with direct damage, and often they need to have a strong board advantage to win the game, so I don't see the Canopy Jar being really useful unless for some reason you go with like aggro mid range. But then if you go aggro mid range, that's a really bad tempo turn to play the Canopy Jar, and then you need to have things to heal. But yeah, it's a little bit weird card. I don't think it's going to be really useful in Egyptian, but in Chinese we can definitely see some Blade Forge with the Crescent Blades, especially if you go with towards control type of decks. For example, think about this: if you play Arcane, I have a blank. You know, the spell that makes that each time you play a spell, you would deal 2 damage around your Summoning Stone, and then you put your Blade Forge in the middle of the back row of your Summoning Stone, meaning that if a unit needs to attack it from melee range, then they will get damage from the surrounding of the Summoning Stone. So and it gives you spells like Crescent Blade. That can be really good combo for Chinese defense control decks. Runestone of Ire, it's a Norse common 3 mana unit structure also, and it deploys the Runestone of Ire, and it gives all unit charge, and it's Norse, so it's not as good as it seems, because think about it, that all the units from your leader ability will already have charge. Then you have Thor who has charge, you have Soldier that is played as some list who has charge. You do already have the card charge itself, it costs 2 mana, so the Runes of the Art can also be killed if you're losing hard on board, and if you play that, you invest 3 mana. It's, you know, the late game it's better, but in the mid game it's a little bit weaker. But once we get board control and then all your units have charge, that's gonna be really good. So we can see it in some mid range control list probably. It's good in control if you can just play that turn 8 with a Emir, for example. That's probably powerful, and then you can continue on that. And we're gonna have a different Osiris. For those who don't know, Osiris is already a card in the game, but no one plays it. And mana cost is increased to 8 instead of 7. Attack reduced from, I can't remember actually what it was. It's a 7/7. It reduced to 4. Health reduced to 4. I'm probably wrong on the old stats though. And the new passive is you reduce the cost by 1 for every friendly that dies while this card is in your hand. So let's take it in the best universe, right? You're gonna have a 2-drop, probably Sobek, and then he will die. Okay, you will have play stats, and then she will die with all the cats. So you have to find a way to kill these guys. And then you lose the Sobek, you lose your Bastet, and if you started the game with the Osiris, then he will be 5 units, a 3 mana 4/4. How good is a 3 mana 4/4? And that's just the best case scenario. To be played on turn 4, it's not that great. It is really not that great. And in most cases, you can top deck one. It's gonna be top deck. The card's gonna be 8 mana 4/4. Maybe 1 or 2 units will die. It's gonna be 6 mana 4/4. So, in order for Osiris to be good, you have like to start the game with Osiris, The Mana Potion, 2 best stats. Mana Potion the first best stats, Mana Potion the second best stat. Kill all the best stats, all the cast, and then it's going to be a 0 mana 4/4. And then it's going to be good. But I don't see with these weak stats and the high mana cost, it's going to be really hard to make it work. And now we have general daily quests. Basically, what are the new daily quests? You can play 60 gods to get 210 favor, or you can play 30 gods of a specific pantheon like Greek, Norse, Mayan, Roman, Egyptian, or Chinese, and you'll get 150 favor. And I really don't like that. Why? Because this forces people to put gods in their deck to play a certain way. So, for example, you like Aggro Norse. I mean, if you like Aggro Norse, I'll hate you. But if you like Aggro Norse, you don't play that much gods in there. So if you have played 38 Norse gods, it's gonna be awful. If you like playing Zombie Mayan, right, with putting lots of cards that spawn zombies and buffing the zombies, and now you have to put a bunch of gods to get your quest done. And you know these 30 Mayan gods, like you don't play that in 2-3 games. It's gonna take like 5 games or more. If you play 6 gods per game, that's a lot. It's gonna take you 5 game. And then if on average you play 4 gods per game, it's going to take you like 8th game to get that quest. So they're really bad quests, in my opinion. Even the 60 gods, like they should give much more favor or cut in half, like playing 50 Greek gods, like, or just that restrains people for playing what they like in order to do the quest, which I really don't like. And you can also have play 40 spells, and it rewards 180 favor. But still, I am not really glad they introduced them. Updated attack arrows and added the ability to delete and rename deck from the deck collection menu. I guess that's cool. Now we have balance, and that's what I love. We don't have that much, but we have some interesting stuff. We're gonna have Anubis, and this is something that I suggested. I'm really glad they did it. It's that the Warcry on Anubis will now be global, instead of just a directional area for range. It was working with the old version of the game, but now it's much more clearer, and Anubis will be again really strong. A Wheelix. Attack increased to 3. Honestly, I am one of the people who play a lot of Wheelix, and I find that she was really good. That buff will make her even amazing. I am really curious to see. I mean, I'm wondering why, but still, that's gonna be powerful. Wheelix, in my experience, was a really good card. Now, Corpse Explosion. Damage increased from 1 to 2, and I like that. It's going to make it much more unique, to its counterpart, Rushing Thunder, who is just a better card. So now at least 2 mana to deal 2 in AoE is really good. I like that. Maybe some people will play it. Demon Bag no longer counts friendly units, and that's kind of good. That's a big nerf to Zonkui. So yeah, now you only have to kill enemies, which is gonna be that the Demon Gag will be much harder to stack. Emperor's Health renamed to Farah's Health, and now counts as healing. So that will help the synergy into the Pantheon. Me and a lot of people in the community were suggesting that also, and it's really gladly received. Now the healing part of Egyptian will really dictates that that's what their main focus are on, and also the Geb work right now counts as healing, so that's really cool. Ritual Tribute cost reduced from 6 to 4, so it really seems that is going to be scary, right? But it's going to entice people to play it much more aggressively. For example, you play Silbeck, you play Bastet. If one of them die on turn 4, you can revive them and add them +2/+2, which is actually really insane. The Ritual Tribute was a decent card. It was good for new players, but then you can switch it out to something more consistent. But now it will be like a really good card if you can play it on main range, because then the amount of gods that die are really limited, and you can focus on the ones you wanted to revive. It's really I don't know. Maybe just give them +1/+1. plus 2 may be a little too powerful. We'll see how it turns out, but it's definitely not game breaking. Thanatos, health increase from 2 to 6. 2 to 6. 2 to 3. Oh my god. Sorry, that was not my intention. So, um, yeah, Thanatos will receive a buff, and he kinda needed it also. Honestly, he was just like a one-time use to deal 2 damage or to finish something, and then he was like killed by any little creature. Now at least being a 3/3, he's gonna be a little bit more powerful. If you buff him with a Zeus, because you play him on turn 6 and you don't have a Natina, for example, he's gonna be a 4/4, which is 6 mana for a 4/4 that deals 2 damage. That seems like chalk. But hey, Thanatos is he takes the space when you're at, so he can counter some respawning stuff. I mean, I will really like if they make Thanatos counters any like spawn, the afterlife that spawns minions like Sylvanas or how do you call it, the Tomb Warden. If Thanatos could counter that, taking the spot so they don't spawn, that will make Thanatos a real epic, and like be scared of Thanatos. That will be something really cool. Nonetheless, let's go with the last one, War Behemoth. Attack reduced from 5 to 3. So the goal of the War Behemoth is that he takes damage to draw you cards, and having it at 5 attack was really like he was too good. And I think that was not the intention they wanted him to be. So he's going to be at a 3. He's going to be a 3/6 for 5 mana, which is bad stats, but at least you're going to draw cards, and which is that the intention they did. And really fast, we'll do the bug fix together, guys. Fix an issue where Tenacity will not give priority over Shackle. We've played off the same unit first. Fix an issue where Aphrodite could buff a Banish unit. That should be glorious. Fix an issue where Silence was not properly removing the Aura status icon. Fix an issue where Escape button will sometimes not work in a match. Okay, and fix an issue where gold cards show common effect while being revealed from core pack. Cool. So that's the patch note, guys. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that I can, guide you a little bit through what's going to be the next meta. What do you think about it? Don't just leave a comment. It's gonna, always cool to see what you people think, and sometimes you have really good ideas that I didn't think of. So yeah, don't forget to just like, really helps, and subscribe. Honestly, we're getting pretty far, guys, together as a community. I mean, my channel and Hands of the God channels and the Discord also. If you're not there, just check it out on Reddit. So yeah, thank you guys for everything, and I'll see you in the next video.